So originally, I was just going to use what I'm making in this video in another video and just kind of include the making of it in that. But I decided I'm going to show you how I make lemon pepper in its own video. So what I'm starting with here are 4 lemons. They're sort of on the small, medium-ish size. They're not big ones. So if you have really huge honking lemons, you could use 2 of them. But I'm starting with 4 here. Just gonna move a few of these aside and I'm gonna start zesting these. We're gonna get all that good flavorful outer skin off of here. I don't like to go too deep into the rind. I like to just take off the outer skin. Basically, you want the lemon to look bald when it's done, and I could take my hat off and show you what that looks like, but I think you know. Keep on zesting. So here is our zest and our 4 bald lemons. Probably about 3 or 4 tablespoons of zest there, probably closer to 4, and that's about what we need. So let's move on to the next step in the process. All right, so we have just a small bowl here, and into this I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of a coarse cracked black pepper. I'm also going to add our lemon zest and give this a nice mix together. I'm going to try and get it as evenly distributed as possible in here. A lot of flavors to be released from this lemon zest with all that dry cracked black pepper. The ratios aren't always exact in this. If you like more lemony flavor, add more lemon. More pepper, add pepper. You can even add other seasonings to this. A lot of the commercial lemon pepper seasonings have salt in them. Some have onion powder. You can really add anything you want and use this as the base for your lemon pepper seasoning blend. But once we're done mixing this, we're not done. There's another step to the process, 2 more actually. So this is about what we're looking for. Let's move on to the next step. So here I've got a small baking tray lined with foil. You can use parchment paper if you want. You can actually just do it straight on the baking tray, but this makes it a little easier after we're done with this to get it off, and I'll show you that when we get to it. But we're just gonna go ahead and get our lemon pepper mixture on here. Scrape everything you can out of the bowl. Now, this is a fairly small batch I'm making here, and once you have it on the tray, you just wanna try and spread it out a bit. Even mix it up some more if you feel you need to. As I said, this is a fairly small batch because I'm going to be using this for a specific recipe in a video that's for tomorrow. If you were making more of this, you could use a bigger tray. It's really adaptable to exactly how much you want to make. All right, this is ready. Let's get it over to the oven. All right, I have my oven preheating to 150 degrees. That's just about the lowest setting that it'll go to. I'm going to put our lemon pepper mixture in here. And we're going to let that go until the lemon zest is dry. We'll check it in about 30 minutes, but my guess is with this amount, it's probably going to take closer to 45 minutes to an hour. All right, we've been going 30 minutes. Let's check our lemon pepper mixture. Oh, the smell coming off of this is just wonderful. Yep, you can start to feel that crunch in there. I'm going to take it maybe, I think another 15 minutes and we should be good. Want to move it around. That is looking really good right now. So we're going to go another 15 minutes, then we'll move on to the next step in this process. All right, it's been about another 15 minutes. Let's check our lemon pepper. Yeah, that feels pretty dry there. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to get this out of here now, let it cool for about 15 minutes, then we're going to get it in the spice grinder. All right, so I want to transfer our lemon pepper mixture that's been dried out in the oven into this bowl, and this is where that lining in the tray becomes very handy, whether it's foil or parchment paper. So all I'm doing is creating a little funnel with the foil there. We need to knock off any of the stuff that got a little sticky. So we have our nice, very dry mixture here. Now, if you wanted to, you could use something just like this without processing it any further, but I'm going to grind this down because I want that true sort of really blended lemon pepper texture to this. So I have my spice grinder here. And the reason I didn't pour it directly from the pan into this is may have to do 2 batches if there's too much. We'll see. Go ahead and try and do this without spilling any. I think I should be able to get it all in there. This is not a big batch, as I mentioned before. I'm just going to pop our lid on, grind this up. Really doesn't take a lot. You don't need to process it for like minutes and minutes. Really just a few pulses. If you like it finer, you can go longer. If you don't like it quite as fine, just do a pulse or 2. Just transfer this to another container here. And there we go. Lemon pepper. Now, if you wanted to, as I said before, you can add salt to this. Many people do. I like to keep the salt separate because I can add it as a separate component to whatever I'm seasoning and control the salt, the saltiness. Some people in our family can't have too much salt. I can add just as much as I need to, and then this lemon pepper to really give it that great flavor. But if you want salt in your mixture, I would start with a teaspoon and taste then and see how it goes. You can always add more. It's really hard to take it out. Now let's get a little taste of this. Really, really nice lemon flavor that comes out of this. Just that sort of citrusy punch that hits you in the back of the mouth when you get this in there. I'm going to be using this on something later today that's going to be in another video coming up, and I can tell you already, this is going to be fantastic. So if you really want to control what goes into your spices, those mixtures, those blends, something like this with lemon pepper, as you see, completely easy to do. 2 ingredients, a little bit of time, and you'll have seasonings without any of the additives that might come if you had bought it in a store.